So I've been watching the news this morning. So one of the first things that sort of caught my attention was the opening ceremonies of the Olympic Games is going to cost $40 million.
Shame! Our libraries are underfunded.
One other little matter. The BC provincial government has spent $940,000 on tickets to the Olympics to give away to MLAs and foreign business leaders. How can this government justify spending billions of dollars on the Olympics when there are more people living on the streets, when there are more families living in hotel rooms, when the lineup at food banks are longer, when there are more people waiting for health care, more young adults carrying a huge debt load to pay for their education? As residents of this province and this country, I think we need to demand some rights. We have a right to decent, warm, affordable housing if we choose. We have a right to afford fresh, local, healthy food for our families. We have a right to universal health care without long waits and extra expenses. Our children have a right for a quality, affordable education. We have a right to be treated with dignity and respect. We have a right to voice our opinion and to protest, to have our voice heard. Let's continue. I'm pretty sure you can be louder than that.
The City of Victoria has devoted $500,000 to the torch relay alone in Victoria. When there is a lack of affordable housing, our library programs are being cut, school programs are being cut, healthcare is being cut, and people who suffer most are the most vulnerable people because this money is coming from social services. So No 2010 Victoria will be joining the Olympics Resistance Network in Vancouver this February 12th to stand in solidarity.
Now, so we're gathering here at Lacey Secretariat. Location, Kiosongilas, also known as Bastion Square on Coast Salish Territories, Victoria, BC. The date the tenant must vacate the property right now. Reason for the eviction. The 2010 Games Winter Secretariat is the BC agency that oversees the spending of the 2010 Olympic Games, which has been the single most expensive event in BC history. The following are the specific and local reasons for your eviction. $600,000 in expenditures on the Olympic torch in Victoria. $6 billion in expenditures on the game, the biggest misspending in BC history. Thousands of people who are homeless or who live in substandard conditions in Victoria and thousands more across BC. Inaccessible health care for those who need it. Massive cuts to services for people with disabilities. Abysmal welfare and disability rates. Transferring public funds into massive profits for RBC and Coke, who are the torch sponsors, who face countless allegations of killing the planet and those who live on it. The tenant must vacate these premises immediately, including removal of all possessions, mittens, scarves, mugs, corporate sponsors, and bosses, including VANOC, from the premises, regions, and province. We require the complete compensation for your damages for your actions have inflicted upon people of the places we live. Payment is due immediately. and No 2010 Victoria will enforce this eviction if you do not comply immediately. We appreciate your prompt action on this matter.
Office here in Victoria, we were wrong.
You bet you were!
We admit it and we apologize. Our office here and the cost of its operations we can no longer defend or justify. What's the point? We see it now, it's obvious. Public monies must be spent more wisely. Spent on you, actually. Your well-being will actually determine the best possible future for the city, the province, and the country. It is true, the Olympics over there in the Lower Mainland is a party for the privileged few. And you're expected to pay for it. Well, I guess that's a slap in the face, isn't it? Yeah! Our office here and a frontier dignity. However, we hope to make amends. VANOC expresses a good neighbor policy whenever it's deemed warranted, and this is a good example. Our office does exactly the same. I've been authorized to clean up, clean out, hand over the keys, and leave town. So I trust now that you'll use the office space for a much more productive use, you know, a homeless shelter, an office for casual labor, whatever, you know best, you decide. And finally, the management of the office does recognize that the office has been operating on stolen native lands. Shame on us.